Hello, everybody. It is Badger Wild, and we are back with another Space Engineers tips video. This time explaining how you guys can still make use of subgrids, even if you're on a scriptless server. But before we get started, if you like this content, if you enjoy what I do, be sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I've got all kinds of weekly content coming out just for you guys. And without further ado, let's get started. So, as I T-pose here, let's say you are working with your space pod, you've been playing the game for a bit, and you decide to get wild and crazy. And you decide, hey, I'm going to make this thing really look cool. I got some really cool engines off of a scrap that I just did, or I have built, or you probably just built up a build as you've been building on your ship, and suddenly you're like, hey, I've got enough to build some funky looking wings. I'm gonna go all out, take a hinge, because we all do this. We all take a hinge, we put that on there, and we're like, hey, all right, here we go. And you hop into your ship, get down, you get these nice looking angled wings that you normally couldn't get any other way. And it gives your ship that pizzazz. It makes it look really good. But we get over here, we get inside of our ship, and we're like, all right, we got these new wings done. Our new engine nacelles are ready. You prepare yourself, ready up for the first maiden voyage of the new wings. Press the forward button, and nothing happens. And unfortunately, this is a reality thing. You're not able to use thrusters on subgrids. I know, it's stupid. What's dumber is you can't print subgrids. Why? I don't know. Um, Someone who understands this, please tell us all in the comments because it is something that has really pulled my hair out, and I've never been able to find an answer to it. But what do we do? What are we going to do? We have these awesome wings. We have put some time, energy into them. Well, this is where if you're playing by yourself, or you're playing on a specific server, you can actually take your awesome ship that you've built, the awesome nacelles, and still use them. So what we do here, we're going to open up tab. We're going to go in G menu. Actually, before we go in G menu, we're going to go in K menu, which we're going to take us to our control panel. And down here, when you put something on a separate grid, so see I've got two batteries here, and I've got these ion thrusters over here, you'll notice that they are color coordinated, telling you that there is a grid. There's another grid attached. In this case, we have two colors, so we have two grids attached. Sometimes you're going to see builds that'll have just that'll be sitting here, and the entire control panel is just a taste the rainbow of Skittles because there's so many subgrids on here. But in this case, I have separated my thrusters down to two groups, one for forward thrust and the other for reverse thrust, and set them up their own groups. Now, the way we can make this work, and it actually really, I kind of wonder if King didn't want you to. One of my theories as to why this happens is I think Keen kind of wanted us to build ships with subgridded thrusters to an extent, so that because it kind of creates an interesting role play with the ship, and I'm about to show you. So going to the G menu, we're going to pull up groups. We're going to pull down forward thruster. We're going to do increase thrust override. And with the second one, we're going to decrease thrust override in both forward thrusters. So forward thruster increase, forward thruster decrease. With reverse thrust, we're going to bring in and do the same thing. Increase thrust override, and we're going to do decrease thrust override. Now, what this does, it's going to put a certain degree of power. So if you ever see the movies when they show ships moving, and the captain says full speed ahead, half speed, quarter speed, third speed, um, what this means is they're asking for a certain amount of power to be put into the screw of the ship so that it will push it at a specific speed. So a certain number of revolutions, and this ship will begin to move. We're doing the same thing here. In this case, we're going to take our ship. I'm going to give one tap to two. And if you're watching the screen closely and you're seeing the meters per second, or the speedometer, we are starting to increase in speed. Now, this should take us to a specific speed. We should hit 17K in. I'm thinking that's what we're going to do, or this thing will just keep climbing because we're in space. See just how high it'll go. So this will take us up to a specific speed, and it won't let us go too fast. But I think it will eventually build up to power. So if you're wanting to very slowly exit an area, you can do that. And see, we're doing this with the subgridded thrusters. They are powering up. Now, if we want to go faster, you can see as I increase this, we are getting more speed and power from this. Now, if you want to stop, it's very simple. You simply begin pressing 3, decrease, and the ship will automatically begin using its reverse thrusters, unless, of course, you hit Z. Well, if you hit Z, it's going to go down anyway because it is a different subgrid. So the subgrid is not going to provide anything. It's going to just simply hit you with a simple thrust, and it's going to stop. So going forward here, we're going to hit number 5, and we're going to jack this all the way up. And as you can see here, the reverse thrusters are hammering away as hard as they can. We're going to get ourselves back just a little bit, try to get us into position, and just simply shut it down. Now, why is this an interesting way of powering up ship? Well, normally under normal power, and the reason why this almost becomes one, not only is it the role play that makes this very interesting, but it's also the power consumption. If you're not wanting to spend a whole lot of power and you jack up the power to full strength, you can see it takes about 28%. My power meter goes up by like 28%. See, right now to full speed, we've got 53 minutes left. However, if I just hit the one basic here, we don't pull that much power, and we start to pick up speed very slowly. This is an interesting way of getting yourself to speed. Now, it does come with some other caveats. You've got some things that are going to have difficulty controlling. You also can't just push Z and turn it off, obviously. That's my mistake. I forgot you can't really do that. And you are, because of the mini clang that you're going to have with the hinges, it's going to turn. But it does create an interesting scenario for you when you are playing Space Engineers, that as you are playing, you can have this very interesting new way of play where you control the thruster almost as if it's an automated dial. And you can basically turn the thrust up however you want. And it also saves power. It saves a lot of power, because unlike before where you are throwing the thruster on to full power to try and get to speed as quickly as possible, this is merely going to take a little bit of power at a time and just slowly trickle it in. So if you have a power generator on board, this might be the best way to do it. Thrust override is an interesting thing. Now, this is good for scriptless places that have scriptless systems, where you're not allowed, where if you put a programmable block up, you're only going to have, it's only going to be a decorative block. It's not going to do anything for you. But if you want to do a server without scripts, this is a way you can use advanced building techniques in order to use it. And if you don't, you can always do this and pop in a script or something if you want to do that. There are some scripts that will let you run subgrid thrusters if you know where to look. But this is just a cheap, easy way, I thought, because we've got new players coming in all the time. I see new people in the comment section all the time playing, and I kind of take for granted there are new people coming. So that's what this video is for. It's for the new guys that are coming in. Letting y'all know, hey, you can do some pretty funky stuff in this game. You can make some pretty awesome looking builds. Just that thruster look right there makes a whole lot of difference. Anyway, as always, thank you all for watching this video. Hope you guys take this and try to make some really awesome builds. If you want to show off the builds, in the description there will be a link to the Discord. So if you guys want to take what you've built and show off the rest of the subscriber base on the show all the boys, you can just put it in there and go for the boys, and we'll all take a look at it, and we'll all do the whole hooping and hollering thing and everything. All right, look at this awesome build, and we'll do that. But anyway, folks, as I've always said, thank you for watching. You could, and I don't say this enough, I used to say this a lot, and I haven't said it in a while, but I'm going to tell y'all, I'm up to like 2,400 subscribers. I want to think that's where we're at right now. And the thing I have noticed, it's just been going up. You guys have just been tearing away at it. And I want to say thank you all for coming by here because you could go anywhere on YouTube. I mean, your time is precious. You've got a limited amount of hours during the day to sit back and watch, and y'all decide to come here and watch this channel. I thank you very much for it. It's always a humbling thing. Every time I sit there and I look and I see the viewer count go up, I'm like, yeah, some people chose you today, Badger. So tomorrow you got to make it even better for them. But anyway, thank you all for watching. And as always, I am Badger Wild saying stay safe, stay frosty, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.